For the northeast of England, new restrictions are just hours away. But what exactly are they? Well, from midnight, it'll be against the law for households to mix in the home or in a pub. But what about outside, say in a pub garden? Well, this morning, one minister was asked to clarify.
No, I don't know the answer to that question, but, I'm sure they can find out the answer to that question.
So, a couple of hours later, could the Prime Minister help?
Can you tell us whether people can still meet from different households in a pub garden? Outside.
Can you tell us whether that's the case? One of your ministers couldn't this morning, and can you therefore understand why people are saying this is getting very, very complicated for people to follow these rules, and if they get them wrong, they could face big fines?
Andy, look, the first thing to say is I totally understand people's feelings about this, but I think the vast majority of people also understand that we need to be getting this virus down on the rule of 6 outside the areas where, such as the northeast, where extra measures have been brought in. It's 6 inside, 6 outside, and in the northeast and other areas where extra tight measures have been brought in, you should follow the guidance of local authorities. But it's 6 in a home or 6 in hospitality, but as I understand it, not 6 outside.
Soon afterwards, a clarification by tweet. Apologies, I misspoke today, said Boris Johnson. In the northeast, new rules mean you cannot meet people from different households in social settings indoors, including in pubs, restaurants and your home. You should also avoid socialising with other households outside. In Newcastle, we found people resigned, if confused.
It was quite confusing at the start. We've kind of got towards understanding it, but it's still quite confusing.
It's difficult. It's difficult for everyone, Everybody's sort of, ready for a break from it, but we've just got to keep going. That's it.
It keeps changing so regularly that it's hard to know what you're allowed or not. I think it's better to play in the safe side and just try to keep a distance from other people for now.
From midnight, the northeast will have the toughest restrictions in England. That much, at least, is clear.
We'll have more from Andy in just a moment. First, let's cross to our reporter Tom Barton, who's in Newcastle now. And Tom, you've been speaking to people there all day, and the confusion is genuine, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Sian. The Prime Minister, not the only person struggling to stay on top of the rules here in the northeast. That's because in the last 10 days, the restrictions around who you can meet and where have changed here 3 times. And there's a sense, I think, amongst the public that the goalposts are moving so quickly, they're just struggling to keep up. Now, if you speak to local councils, they will tell you that the problem is that these decisions are being taken 250 miles away from here in Westminster. The solution, they say, is to hand more control to those closest to the problem. There is, though, as yet, no sign that ministers are considering doing that.
All right, Tom, thanks. To Andy now. Andy, twice today the government has seemed not to know its own rules. Why is it so confused?
Well, Sian, I think this is what happens partly because the government felt it had to move quickly to respond to a specific set of infections and the rise in infections in the northeast, and therefore perhaps they're moving a little bit more quickly than the guidance could keep up with. Also, it's the fact the government is very keen to avoid anything like a national lockdown, so therefore you end up with a kind of patchwork around the country, different areas living under different restrictions. I think at the moment something like 1 in 4 people in the UK are living under extra COVID restrictions, so you can see how it could become a bit confusing. Nevertheless, it is the government's job to keep on top of that kind of confusion, and I think everyone would agree if you want a message to stick with the public, you should be as clear about it as quickly as you can be.